Warrior. This is Benji Warrior. You're listening to Authentic Warrior Radio. It's a podcast devoted to authenticity, resilience, and communication between diverse and passionate people. Thank you for tuning in.
Check. Microphone testing. 1, 2, 3. In the place to be. Microphone testing. 1, 2, and 3. In the place to be. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Microphone. Check 1, 2. Yeah. Just like that.
Hello. This is Benji Warrior. Of course, you already know that because I already said that. And right now, I figure I'll just talk about pointless shit and waste your time. Not because I don't care about you, but because, well, I can. On this episode, I had a 3-hour-long... Oh, wait a second.
Yeah, check that mic like it owes you
Almost.
money. Check that mic like it owes you money. Check that mic like it owes you money.
4-hour-long conversation with the marvelous, the merry, the majestic, mixed bag of magical magnetism, Megan Galley. I'd like to introduce you to a human whose magnificent, massive energy is more meaningful and moving than my meager mind can muster the must-have magnitude or mutterings to macrame together even a makeshift monstrosity of words to accurately describe. She's funny, sweet, beautiful in all the ways, loving, compassionate, vulnerable, real, intelligent AF. And here I am making my morose sad excuse for a masterpiece while you listen mindfully, your motivation dwindling, me missing my moment to mack on your curiosity. I've met my match, mofo.
Check the mic.
If you heard my episode a couple episodes back, I suck at this. If you heard me talk a couple episodes back and you listened, then you would know that I gave up alcohol for a year. And I'm 49 days in, I think. Not that I'm counting or anything. And this was obviously recorded before that. I've been really busy. I got a new day job. I'm not going to talk a whole bunch about it unless you want me to. Let me know if you want me to ramble about my day job. I don't think you do. I think that's not important to you right now. I think you're here for one thing and one thing only. And that is Megan Galley.
Check the mic like it might be poopy. Check that.
This is definitely a different type of conversation than the one that I had on the previous episode with Zoe Mizuna. So, if you liked that one, let me know if you like this one. This podcast is weird, okay? You never know what you're gonna get. Before I get into the meat of it, I'm going to do my Patreon shoutouts to Matt Hagum from high school, Mike Rowe, Chris Cook, Molly the Cop. I owe Molly like 800,000 zillion billion quadrillion fulfilling songs because she's a high-level subscriber on the Patreons, and I'm supposed to sing her a song on every episode, and I have, or is it every, no, it's not every episode, it's once a month maybe? I don't even remember what I wrote on my Patreon. I'm gonna go check it out eventually, and then I'm gonna put an episode out that has like just interlude after interlude after interlude with just my obnoxious singing, which you'll love, I promise. It's not obnoxious without being amusing. Okay, so Megan, my sister, she's also a Patreon's shout-out recipient. Suzanne Zeddy Mack McVisley Bear Baker story to the third power paradise. But for short, you can call her Salvador. That's my cousin. If you're interested in supporting my podcast in a way that is not patriotic, then go to iTunes and give me a rating and a review. It's not the same as going to like giving me a couple stars on like Spotify, if that's even a thing, or like on Castbox or whatever. It doesn't work the same. iTunes is like the number one place where my ratings have to be kicking ass in order for my reach to actually reach anyone. I'm so bad at this. Okay. Also, if you're gonna buy shit on Amazon, go to my website, authenticwarrior.org, scroll down to the footer and click on that Amazon link, and then go to your cart and buy whatever's in there. And a little bit of that transaction, a little bit of that moolah will go to me and this podcast. I haven't checked it in a while. Last time I checked, there was maybe like $14 or something that had accumulated over several months. I'm just kind of like leaving it there, and then when I'm ready, I'll go and spend it probably on Amazon, and it'll either be something for this podcast, or maybe it'll be like, I don't know, a can of like a bag of space ice cream, or I don't know, something weird, and then I'll do a review of it on this podcast. Okay. If you like my logo, my dope-ass logo, go to tajeye.com, T-A-J-E-Y-E. Taj was a guest on this podcast. He's a good friend of mine and an incredible artist, and he does all kinds of dope artwork that you can buy on his website, and you can also commission him to do graphics of all kinds and video stuff. He's an incredible dude. I think I already said that. I should probably mention that Toro Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Cageside Fight Company are also friends of mine who have been very supportive of me in my fight career, as it were. And if you're gonna go buy anything from anybody to make yourself more equipped for safe training and finding happiness in your fight life, go to cageside.com and look at all their wonderful wares. Yeah, it's fight wear, right? Anyway, and then last but not least, if you're interested in making yourself better in ways, go to supplementsmarter.com and get yourself some Genius supplements. They have Genius caffeine, which I've used a bit. I tried to quit drinking caffeine, but the problem is I just tried. I didn't actually do it. So I only lasted 23 days without caffeine. But anyway, pop one of those when you need some high-grade, top-notch stimulants instead of choking down those ultra-mega soupsies, doopsies, glycemic cans of insulin fuckery and adrenal fatigue you call energy drinks. Or get some of their Genius Consciousness. You mix it with a few ounces of water. It's this delectable powder. You drink it an hour and a half. An hour and a half? That's stupid. You drink it a half an hour. It makes my words up there. Before your next board meeting, and you get your businessy, pitch-slaying, opportunity-earning intellect on. Or you can try the Genius Test. Get that male pattern baldness you've always wanted. Grow more hair in the manner of Sasquatch in places that you may or may not want it. Bang out some seedlings. Make some gains and pop dim veins. You can try the Genius Burn to start a fire in your soul and hitch a ride on that sexy steaming freight train to Metabolism Town. Try the Genius Mushrooms. Get your noggin in blast-off mode and strengthen your immune system's intergalactic hyperdrive function. That's a real thing. I looked it up in a science book. Genius Digestion is another one. You can diversify your gut goo and make your poo ecosystem thrive and produce a healthy level of stank. Go to supplementsmarter.com and enter the promo code WARRIOR at checkout to save yourself a percentage of money. I don't even know how much, and I keep saying I'm going to look it up and I don't remember to do it. But anyway, it's savings that you wouldn't get otherwise. And when you hear me describe all these wonderful things, doesn't it feel like something that's just like necessary? Just buy the shit and try it. Just try it. And every time you buy it, they send you a little thing that's like, get a free bottle. So really, it's totally worth it. Anyway, I'm gonna get into the episode with Megan Galley, and I hope you enjoy it. Have a 1D, that's short for wonderful, listen. Like, have a wonderful listen. Okay.
Oh. I think I figured it out. Check the mic like it owes you money. Check the mic like it owes you money. Yo. Did you check the mic? Yeah. But did you check it like it owes you money? Oh, shoot. No, I forgot. Well, you better check the mic like it owes you money. Check the mic like it owes you money. Oh, my goodness. Where do I put this thing? It's going to hear the swish of my coat. I should take the swishy coat off.
What?
It's going to hear the swish of my coat.
Probably could. Probably take it off. That's just my opinion.
Can you hear the swish?
I'm just the one who does the editing and the audio.
Can you hear the swish of my coat?
Engineering.
Excuse me. Can you hear the swish of my coat? Do you hear the swish of my coat?
Do you hear the swish of my coat?
That's too loud, Benji. Quiet. Okay, I'm gonna take my coat
you
off.
hear the swish of my coat?
Swishity swish swish.
Swish of my coat.
Fuck.
You can turn the
That would be cool.
thing down. Okay.
Do you hear the swish?
Do you hear the swish of my coat? Do you hear the swish of Megan's coat? Megan's coat, Megan's coat. Okay. Tell me when. Oh shit, we are recording. It is recording. Yay!
Welcome. I did that. I figured it out.
Okay, well.
Can we turn it up a little? Because you turned it too far down,
Yes,
I think.
absolutely, and you're welcome to make any adjustments
How
that
do I
you
do
would
that?
like.
Oh,
it's
great.
right here on the plus and minus. They're on the
Thank
side.
you. Is that high enough, or do I need it higher?
You can do whatever you want, and
Hello,
we can turn up
hello.
the sensitivity on your mic if necessary.
No, because I'm probably going to yell at some point.
Oh, you can yell. You can yell. Oh, shit.
Oh, I broke my zipper. Oh, it's working. Thanks.
Ho down, grab your hose and bring them on round.
How's that? Testing 1, 2, 3. Good.
Microphone check.
Mic check,
Microphone.
check. How do you do
Check
that?
the mic. Oh, like it owes you money.
Oh, right.
Check that mic like it owes you money. Check the mic like it owes you money. Check the mic like it owes you dollar bills,
Benji,
yeah.
Benji,
Yeah, what's up?
did you check the mic?
I did.
Okay, but did you check it like it owes you money?
I did.
Oh, okay. Well, then we're ready.
That motherfucker is paying up.
Check.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
I'm here today with Megan Galley.
Hi.
This is very serious business. She's a very serious person.
Yeah. I can be.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I understand.
Yeah.
The thing that people need to understand is that people who are funny for a reason.
What?
It's balance.
What do you mean by that?
It counterbalances the serious.
But you said this will hear me swallow?
Yeah, totally. You can hear me swallow too.
Oh my gosh, you did it loud on purpose though.
Okay, I did. I forced that one down.
Okay,
You can.
I'm gonna try.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
Okay.
So wait, rewind. You said people who are funny
Yeah.
are funny for a reason.
The reason that I'm funny and that I read an audience well and read people is because I was bullied really badly. And I was a clown as a way of controlling the people who bullied me. Because rather than be berated and treated like shit, I could pretty much force them into laughter.
Okay, that's intense though. That's like a therapeutic reason.
Yeah, and I think that's what humor is. I think humor is like all the worst times of my life have been when I finally go through all the grief and everything and reach acceptance. I, for a moment, feel a presence of a higher power that's looking down on me and playing a practical joke. And I think it's funny.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if I have like all comedy is dark comedy to me. Huh. Okay. I'm trying to think if I have a reason. I know, being a middle child, I've always felt like I needed to keep the peace in the family. Like anytime there was stuff going on between big brother and dad and mom, or little sister and whatever, I was the mediator. So I did a lot of like lighthearted jokes to kind of be the comedic relief, I think. Mm-hmm. So I think that might be part of it. I also was a center of attention child. Like I needed attention because being the middle child, I didn't get it as much. So I always wanted to...
I was the middle child too.
Yeah?
I wonder if that...
Did you play like concerts in your living room for your parents?
I think I was just generally weird and loud.
Yeah.
And movementy.
I would
It was very frolicky.
I would make my parents join up in the living room and sit and watch me perform for them. Or like I would choreograph dances to Backstreet Boys with my little sister.
Dude, Taj used to do concerts for his parents.
See?
Do you know Taj?
Yeah, I think I know of him. I don't know if I know him.
Yeah, he was on this podcast.
Okay.
And on his episode, he talks about how he used to play music shows for his parents.
Nice. Yeah, I would dress my sister up too. I'd put makeup on her and makeup on me, and we would go and perform. Or
hell yeah!
One Christmas, we did our own version of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, and I was the Grinch, and my little sister played Cindy Lou. Is it Cindy Lou? Is that her name? The little
Cindy Lou who was no more than 2.
Okay. Yeah, you know more than I do, and I made a movie on it.
And I thought I was Jewish for most of my life, so why I know it better than you,
Wait,
I don't know.
You thought you were Jewish?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, I thought I was Jewish. It was a belief of mine. I also thought that I was part native.
You mean you were Jewish?
I was Jewish, but not.
Did you think you were of Jewish blood?
Yes.
Oh, but you're not.
I found out recently, I don't know, less than 6 months ago, that via 23andMe, that I have no Ashkenazi DNA.
So what are you?
I am white as fuck.
Is the F word going to be bleeped? Are we allowed to swear on this one?
We can swear on this one.
Oh, okay.
So the heritage that flows in my blood is white.
Yeah, but like where? What kind of white?
It's like 34% British and Irish, and then like 25% German, and then like a fuck ton, like 18% Scandinavian, and it's mostly Norwegian and Swedish. And then there's like 0.4% North African or something.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm black.
No, you're
North African doesn't count as black, but...
Oh, no. Oh, it's not letting me log in. I'm trying to log into my Ancestry.com app right now because I recently did it, and I found out that I am 2% Spanish.
I'm like 10% Italian.
Yeah, Spanish is cooler.
Sort of. Yeah,
I mean,
sure,
I feel justified.
Spanish people are white.
Sure, I don't
Italian people are olive.
Actually, Spanish people then...
Italian people's skin is drab.
All I know
I'm just kidding.
is I feel justified in my desire to speak Spanish.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I want to speak Portuguese, but not because I'm Portuguese or Brazilian.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Sort of. Why do you want to speak Portuguese?
Because I think it's a beautiful language. I can't stand French. I think it's obnoxious.
They're very similar.
Yeah, but Portuguese is more Spanish. Like, it's more Latin sounding than French, even though they're both Latin derived or Latin languages. They are. Like French is a Latin language. And I think Portuguese is just way more beautiful.
I lived with a couple of people from from Brazil.
From Portuguese?
Yeah. They weren't from Portugal. They were from Brazil.
Yeah, I'm from Port Yugi. it's one of the nicest ports that I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh. Can you make sure that when you edit this, I don't sound stupid?
You don't sound stupid.
Anyway.
You should hear me on every episode of my podcast. I'm like a fumfering fool. Yeah, fumfering.
Great. Did you just make that word up?
No, Jeff Goldblum did, I think.
Oh, okay. Fumfering.
He says that he doesn't have a stutter, he has a fumfer, which is of his own affectation, like he chooses to do it.
So I don't choose to stutter, but sometimes I stutter, and sometimes I stutter when I'm signing my name. Like let me show you. When I sign my Y, I always stutter when I go to sign my Y. And sometimes I feel like I have I don't know what to call them, but many moments of just like, I don't know what to say, or like I know what to say, but I don't know how to make the word come out.
So you just go,
no, I don't say anything. I'll be like, I think that and it's just this weird.
I do that all the time on my podcast. Like, trust me, I spend hours editing every episode, like getting the silences out and the likes. I say like too much.
You edit those out?
Not all the time, but sometimes. Because I don't want to I don't want to lose people's attention for one, and I don't want to waste their fucking time. So I'm not going to have like 40 seconds of
yeah, let's edit that one out too.
No, I'm keeping that.
Oh man. Yeah. I feel like I don't know what the people want to hear.
I was going to ask you what what brought you to improv, like how you found it and what makes it appealing to you. But you kind of talked about how you became a comedian.
Well, sort of. So I think...
And you're also a dancer and a singer.
Well...
You are.
I mean, I like to dance and I enjoy singing, but I haven't ever performed. Oh, that's not true. I guess I have performed. Do you need to?
If it sounds like I'm farting, it's not. I'm sitting on a stability ball and it makes this noise.
Let's see. I used to want to be the center of attention. And probably when I hit like late 20s, my social anxiety started to increase. So I used to like always need to be around people, always want to like be the center of attention, the joke, the having fun, this is yay, let's all be loud and obnoxious and silly. And then as I reached mid-late 20s, I kept doing that, but it felt really awkward. Like it felt like I was only doing it because that's what people knew me as. They knew me as that bright, bubbly, silly person. And so I kept doing it, but it felt really contradictory to who I was at that point. And so, but I still like to perform. I still like to have comedic moments, but I prefer them now to be on stage or in groups of people who also are performers or who have that type. But if I'm in a social situation now, I have way more social anxiety. So I tend to actually be quieter and like more observant or awkwardly noisy. But it doesn't ever feel the way it did when I was younger. Like when I was in my late teens, early 20s, I was super rambunctious, funny, social, and it felt normal and it felt good. And now it's like, if I'm doing that in a situation where I'm meeting people for the first time, it feels forced. So, but improv, 2015, it was my New Year's resolution of 2015 to get more involved in the community. So I signed up for improv classes at the Upfront Theater, and I signed up for Cuban salsa dance lessons with Rumba Northwest.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, and I fell in love with both, and I kind of went like head first into both, and I took class after class after class at the Upfront Theater and auditioned for Satellite, and I made Satellite, and then I've started working front of house there, and I've been very involved at the Upfront Theater now for 4 years, a little over 4 years now. And salsa dancing, I did that head first for like 2 years. And I still love to dance, but I haven't been as involved in the salsa community. Like I went to Cancun with some of them for like this big salsa convention one year. And that I'm just not as invested in the dance part. I want to get back into it though, because I miss it a lot.
I tried to learn salsa.
Yeah?
I have a lot of Latin American influence in my upbringing. And so like cumbia and salsa, like those styles of dancing, they feel normal to me, but I have a really hard time dancing with another person. I'm a very improvisational dancer. Like I've choreographed shit and spent weeks learning it and teaching it. And then when it was time to perform, I was watching my own students to try to follow along. Cause I can't do choreography. Like I'm all freestyle. The moment I get out there, it's gone.
That's what I love about Cuban salsa. Well, I can't really speak to LA salsa because I don't dance it. I haven't learned it.
Stuff where you're all doing it together and people are calling shit out and you're doing it like as they call it out.
That's a rueda, and those are really fun. Have you been in the rueda?
Once or twice, yeah.
Okay, those are super fun, and those are fairly improvised. You have one caller who calls out that sounds cool. Pouring a little white.
I'm having a soda.
A basoda?
I'm kidding. It's from Tommy Boy.
Oh.
You know?
No. I've seen Tommy Boy, but I have a bad memory.
His dad gives him an office and he's got a mini fridge on his desk and he's like, oh my God, this is great. I could fit a whole 6-pack of soda in here.
Nice. That's funny. Yeah, a basoda. No.
I spilled all of myself. It's fine.
This is a White Claw hard seltzer, ruby grapefruit. You're drinking raspberry.
I basically put White Claw commercials on my Instagram.
Nice.
I mean, that's basically...
Did you hashtag White Claw?
Yes.
Did you at them?
I didn't.
You should at them.
But in terms of like what you were saying about anxiety in comedy... The more anxiety or depression that I'm dealing with, the more funny I'm gonna be. I've noticed that pattern. Like if you look at my fucking Instagram, the last couple months are mostly just me goofing off.
Do you think it's like an escape, like a release?
I don't. I feel like it's when I'm finally able, like there's moments of happiness. Like there's just moments where I don't want to say there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but I'm not feeling trapped in the darkness. And like, yeah, depression is a thing that like I've struggled with multiple times in my life, but this last few months has been the fucking worst. And but there are moments, like there's bursts of joy when I'm finally able to like let go, and when that happens I'm goofy as fuck.
Yeah, nice.
And it's fun as shit.
Yeah, I think what I've learned what I have come to really appreciate and love most about improv is the part of it that's not comedy, is the part of it that's improvised theater, is the part that's genuine connection with other players on stage or in whatever moment you're in. And
there's a lot of vulnerability.
Absolutely. And in order to have a really good moment, a really good improvised moment, you have to fully be present and fully open up to whoever your scene partner is. And
like support the energy that's being exchanged, like be supportive of the flow of everything.
Yeah. And sometimes like I just went down to Portland a couple weekends ago and the Deep End Theater, D'Amica Parker is the owner of the Deep End Theater. And
I think I saw that the posts on Facebook about that.
Nice. Yeah. She's the artistic director and owner, and she's phenomenal. Like she's like the epitome of what a good artistic director should be, in my opinion. And I went there with a group of people, and we got to perform with some of the other Deep End Theater ensemble members and people of that community. And I did a scene with my friend Yonk, and I started in the front stage right and was just looking out, and I didn't know that somebody's suggestion was dignity. was their suggestion. I asked for a word and somebody yelled dignity. So I look out to the audience and I kind of had this like posture of like, I don't know, upper class or something.
Pompousness.
Yeah, I guess.
Pomposity.
It wasn't intentional. It was kind of just like what my body did. And somebody was like, that's not really dignity. And from the audience, they said that. And I was like, oh, okay. And I took a big deep breath in and exhaled and kind of like naturally felt my body fall into this like, what is dignity? Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like
introspection.
Yeah, but just without really thinking about it. Like it just happened in my body. Mm-hmm. And my scene partner was in the backstage left, and he said, what was his line? He said, love is the most important thing. And there was silence all around it, and then he spoke that line, and I just started crying on stage.
Oh my God.
And I was just like, I haven't felt love in so long. And it was just this moment of vulnerability. I fully trusted my scene partner. I was in a very safe space. I knew that the artistic director of that theater, D'Amica, would be loving and accepting and appreciative of those moments. So I felt very safe and comforted there, which I think really allowed me to solidify what improv is for me and what I want to do with it. Which is something I feel like I've known over the last year and a half, 2 years, but it's just so refreshing to be around other people who can understand that and support that with me. So it was beautiful. Don't get me wrong, I love the comedic parts of improv, and I love the playfulness and like that's what the upfront is, right? Mm-hmm. They're known for getting that fast laugh and just playing and having fun, and that's beautiful too. I've just really grown to learn what the type of improv that I want to do.
Well, I love you.
Oh, I love you too. Thank you.
And I really do. I'm not just like being one of those people that's like, you're loved.
I know.
I'm here. I'm here. I'll see you in 4 months, maybe.
Well, but that is what happens
with us.
Yeah. But that's okay. But that's the thing, though, because
meanwhile, I'm trapped in my dark cave here.
I get it.
And it's not like, and I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But it's ironic and shitty that like both of us are feeling that way, and we're only a couple miles away from each other most of the time, probably.
Yeah.
We probably should just like be spending more time hanging out.
Yeah. I could say that too. Like I have my best friend who I've known since I was 7 years old. I haven't seen her now for since the 4th of July was the last time I saw her. And it's just life. Life happens. I never ever hold it against anybody because I understand.
Yeah.
But I am a yes person, so.
You're a yes and person.
Usually. Yeah, usually. Sometimes I just say yes.
So what you're saying is yes, you are, but maybe sometimes
I don't say the but. I don't say the but.
Why not?
Because the but can stop things.
Ifs, ands, and buts.
Yeah.
Okay, but like if yes, and when people say but all the time without realizing it.
Sure. Well, yeah, and I guess you could say but and have it be an and. Right?
You could.
Like so it's just say any sentence.
I like to wear tights that make my legs look like a giraffe.
Yes, but the competition is who has the shortest legs. So you really should wear these instead. So I'm butting you, but I'm anding the situation.
Yes. And it feels different than a butt, because a butt feels argumentative, right, or puts people on defense.
Yeah.
There's another thing that I learned for communication that I use all the time, and it's I have been fucking up on it lately a little bit, and I'm trying not to, and it's never asking why questions.
Oh, yeah.
If you have a why question, turn it into a how or a what question and leave it open-ended and open to interpretation to some degree. And you can get a lot more information, and people feel more comfortable and more likely to open up. Because most of the time when you ask a why question, people feel like they need to rationalize what they're saying.
Justify it, yeah. If you say why, I feel like that my reason might be wrong. And I need to justify it.
Why do you feel like that?
Right? I know. Or instead, what's an alternative way to ask that?
An alternative way to ask, why do you feel like that, would be, what are the things that are coming up that are contributing to that feeling? Or how is this happening? How does it feel? Like, tell me more about what it feels like. Just, how about more specific?
Yeah, more specific. Because I feel like, okay, let's go back to just a blunt example. Hate is such a strong word.
I love that improv is a way of life.
Why?
Do I need to defend myself here?
Is that what it feels like?
No, not at all.
I know. Well, okay. I guess it also
why do I love that improv is a way of life?
Yeah, but I'm also trying to play on the word why.
Because I love metaphors and analogies and everything, and I love poetry, and I think whenever you can see, who was it that said, Henry David Thoreau maybe said, no, Henry David, is that even his name? Man, I've had a little too much to drink. Anyway, maybe it wasn't him. I can't remember who, Ralph Waldo Emerson? Who the fuck said it? It was like, to see something, the universe in a grain of sand, or eternity in a grain of, I can't talk.
It is Henry David Thoreau, though.
And he said there's something about a grain of sand. What's fucked up is, like, I almost wrote a book called Grains of Sand.
Oh.
And it was how all the things that I had learned about life through my own concentrated experiences doing something very small and focused, like, that I can learn things about totally different parts of existence by focusing on, like, martial arts, like, or whatever. I learn all these little things that make perfect analogies to how the world works and how you can apply it. And I don't know, I learn all these little lessons that you can apply to, like, all the different parts of life, but I'm learning them in ways that are not really connected to that thing. So associative learning, I've heard that it's called associative learning. I'm not really sure. But
is that where you associate other things?
It's where, yeah, I think also it reminds me of, like, my friend was telling me that that people who have a high IQ, they have more gray matter in their brain. And I was like, I thought the brain was all gray matter. Like, I thought that's what it was. And the gray matter is actually the parts where their neural networks are so dense. So the more you're connecting ideas and things in your head, the more neural networks you're creating, and, like, the more gray matter you have. So I think associative learning is really what all learning is, and being able to, like, learn one thing by looking at another and analyzing it and comparing the two things and contrasting.
I'm not gonna lie, you lost me at Thoreau.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll throw you a freaking bone.
But I did find the quote that you were talking about, and you didn't actually lose me at Thoreau. I was following. But it says, to see the world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wildflower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. Is that what you're talking about? Mm-hmm.
I think it's a beautiful quote. It's a line in a poem, and the rest of the poem isn't as beautiful as that line, in my opinion, but my opinion only counts for whatever people are willing to count it for.
That was in the 1700s. That's crazy.
Dude, motherfucker was awesome. Henry David Thoreau, right? It's Henry David, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He wrote some dope books.
Look at him. He's a weird looking man.
Yeah, he was a weird person. Like, he was this hermit kind of guy who believed in simplicity and
he was a leading transcendentalist.
Dope.
That reminds me of...
Let's just shorten it. He was dope AF.
What is that? That reminds me of the movie. Have you seen Across the Universe?
Across the night.
No.
I fell in love with people sleeping.
No. It's
that was Silverchair.
It's the... Have you seen Across the Universe?
Yeah, it's the one with the Beatles.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be.
And the Transcendentalist reminds me of the scene with oh my gosh, Bono in the, like, acid trip bus. Mm-hmm. Have you remember that part? He's like, transcendent.
I haven't seen it in a long time, and I think I was on mushrooms when I saw it.
Oh, well. I saw it like 7 times in a row in the theaters, and I was not on mushrooms any of those times.
One time I watched Real Big Fish. Was it Real Big Fish or Big Fish?
I know what you're talking about.
And I watched it on mushrooms, and it was really trippy.
I've never done mushrooms.
I never touched drugs. Just kidding. Are
you trying not to have that information be on your podcast?
I don't really care what people think.
Well, I genuinely have never tried mushrooms. I have had people...
Have you ever done the pot?
Marijuana? Oh, yeah. I've smoked weed.
Oh, man.
I don't smoke weed regularly. I don't...
That's a sin.
To not smoke regularly?
No, it's a sin to smoke marijuana.
Oh, I disagree with you.
It is a sin because in Genesis... when snakes became a thing and
are you talking about your
all the plants grew thorns, yeah, that was part of the punishment.
What?
Like the fall of man, like all the...
Are you making stuff up right now?
No. I'm having a really hard time talking because I have to pee so bad.
Oh, go pee.
I need a bio break.
Okay, bio break.
For a physiological sake.
That's okay. I'll keep them entertained.
All right, cool. Do it.
Testing,
you want my mic too?
Testing 1 2. What does that do?
It makes it, I don't know.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing.
Makes you louder.
Okay.
Check the mic like owes you money.
Hello, everybody. So Benji just went to the bathroom. And I am really enjoying this space. It's pretty cool. He has a little corner desk set up with a big monitor and some really cool speakers, lapel mics. I don't know if you heard that, but he just expelled a loud noise from the bathroom. He's got some really cool headphones so I can hear myself. He's burning some incense and some... Palo Santo, which is a holy stick, holy branch, holy, however you interpret the word palo. We also have some sandalwood burning and some cedar, which isn't lit right now, and I'm very curious to smell it. So I might ask that he lights that when he comes back. But this is a really cute space.
So, did you know that?
And here's Benji back. Say that again?
You know why morning wood happens?
Oh, why?
Why do you have that attitude?
Okay.
It's science.
Okay, why?
Well, I mean, a lot of people, back in the day I was taught in sex ed, that the reason it happens is that the hard-on, if you will, prevents urine from escaping the body during sleep.
Oh.
But that's a lie, because it doesn't.
Okay.
I mean, anybody who knows anybody who has known that person for a while.
It knows you can pee with a heart on?
Yeah. Okay. But so what it is the full bladder pressing on the prostate causes the hard on.
Really?
Yeah, so in the morning if you go pee, the hard on goes away.
Hey, can I use your lighter? I want to light this cedar.
Absolutely. I think it's right. I don't know where it is. It's right over there.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
I told the listeners out there that I was going to light some cedar.
Do it.
Okay.
I cedar.
I cedar. Oh, can you hear this?
I cedar.
Can you hear the burn? Oh shit. Step away from the burning cedar. That was not smart of me.
Yeah, keep it away from the fuzzy thing on the mic. I don't feel like watching a rabbit foot go up today.
That's funny. I see that. Excuse me.
Excuse you, Megan.
That was loud.
That wasn't very ladylike.
I know.
You should be a lady.
Now what's that? Okay, what is that?
I'm kidding.
No, I know you are.
God.
I'm sincerely wondering. I'm curious. Is that a thing that's actually gone? Like, is everybody?
Yeah, girls don't poop.
No. I mean, the sentence of ladylike. This smells really good.
Ladylike. Be ladylike. Excuse me.
I'm burning.
I insist You must be more ladylike
No,
if
but-
you're going to be in our presence.
I'm sure there's people in the world who really do think.
Oh, you doing the Cockney thing? Like,
that's
there's
not
no
Cockney.
ladylike.
This is not Cockney. I could be
Oh,
Cockney.
okay. Do it.
You want me to be Cockney?
Yes.
All right.
I do.
If we have anybody from areas,
Fuck off, or I'll kick you in the clit.
Ew, that was really loud.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
Back off.
I'm serious though. The whole ladylike thing, like, this smells so good. Can I just put it down here burning on the brick, on
Please
the rock?
do.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, positively.
Yes. Very, very.
I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Do it.
No,
Just do it.
I don't want to.
I want you to.
I don't want
you to.
Stop it. Do you want to
Please
improvise?
do it.
Do you want to improvise a scene?
I think you're probably going to be way better than me.
There's no such thing.
You're going to make me look like shit.
There's no such thing.
All right, fine. Let's do it.
Oh, actually, if I'm a good improviser, I'm going to make you look good.
Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Make me look good.
And actually, it's sound, because nobody can see us. Should we be recording this with a video?
If you want, sure. That would be a good idea. Can you please
want.
keep them entertained again while I go and get the other bottle of
I thought
champagne
you
and
had
a
to
couple
go.
more White Claws? Okay, fine. Let's see.
When you pour, ladies and gentlemen, when Benji pours, he has a pinky up.
You only knew.
You're a pinky flicking pourer.
That's fine. Pinkies are for all people. Men have pinkies too.
Yeah, I didn't say they did.
It's masculine to pour with a
Oh
pinky
my
up.
goodness.
I'm a masculist, so I'm sticking up for.
Are you a masculist?
He's sort of making shit up right now.
Is that a thing? Is masculist a thing?
Do we have to go there?
No, we don't.
Okay. It can be a thing. We could go there. It's fine. It's fine.
Do you have any jokes?
Yes, and?
No, let's not be cliche today.
Okay. Do I have any jokes?
Do you have any champagne
I actually
in there?
made up a joke once. I was riding my bike and I was freestyle rapping.
Okay.
But like when I'm by myself freestyle rapping, actually all the time when I'm freestyle rapping, it's not gangster at all. It is not hip hop.
Can we rewind? What do you define as gang? When you say it's not gangster?
It's just not. It's not battle rap material. I'll say that.
Okay, because there's a difference between gangster
Yeah, I
and
know.
battle.
Actually, there's a huge difference between gangster and hip hop.
Oh my gosh, do you remember when I interviewed you for my
Yes.
hip hop documentary?
Oh shit!
We need to bring that
Can we
back
post that on my website?
for sure. That at least that
Like
portion
on
of it.
this post for this podcast on my website on my blog, that video will be on there.
Oh, okay.
So anybody who's interested, check out the show notes.
Yeah. Anybody who's interested, just make sure you go check out those show notes.
Because I have so many listeners.
How many do you have?
I am really low on listeners.
Over 5?
I have about, yes, I have like 70 downloads per episode per
Hey,
week.
that's really good.
Not really.
I mean, maybe not in comparison to people who have been doing podcasts for years and years and years, but you just started.
Yeah. My podcast is like 7 months old or something.
So there's actually people that are going to listen
It's
to my
a
voice.
7-month-old.
Oh, you have a 7-month.
I do.
Oh, that's so cute.
I'm in my 3rd trimester of life with this podcast.
7-month-olds are cute. I prefer the 18-month-olds.
I like it when they have to poop and they go, and then they make that face. It's like a triangle. It's a V.
You like that?
The V mouth face. It's funny.
Oh, you like that face?
Babies are funny as shit.
And they're funny when they shit.
There's 2 things that are funny about babies. Only 2.
Okay. All they do is 2 things.
Okay, so
No, 3.
one thing that's really funny about babies is that they'll scream as loud as they can,
Yeah.
like they're dying,
Right.
for like 2 hours, and then they just silence, asleep.
Oh, that's when you do that. When you that's a method. That's a method where you leave them in their crib until they
No,
stop
fuck
crying.
that. I never did that.
Oh, well, so how do you know
That's
that
the
a
Ferber
baby
method. I didn't do the
How do you
Ferber
know that a baby can scream for 2 hours and then fall asleep?
Because they do.
When
Trust
you're
me.
holding them?
I've had 2 babies. I know what it's like. And yes, when you're holding them, you can be like singing to them, holding them, like, which I did. I danced with them. I did Tai Chi with them. I did all kinds of shit. And I was like, oh, if I move this way, then they'll calm down.
Yeah.
all you can do is give love and comfort, and it doesn't always make a difference.
They cried for 2 hours?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, they're just whining and fussing and crying, and like, it's for whatever reason. Usually I think it has to do with like upset stomach. It pretty much always has to do with there's some kind of physical discomfort. Like they're either hungry or their diaper needs a change or whatever, but sometimes their stomach hurts or whatever.
I dated a guy who had an 18-month-old, and he had eczema really bad. And so he would cry and fuss and complain. And I'd do everything to try to soothe him, calm him down. And the only thing that worked, and finally when I realized this, it was my go-to right away, but was putting soothing lotion on his poor little body because he had little itchies all over. And then he just calmed down and lay down. Oh, he was the sweetest little kid. Yeah. He's like 9 years old now. I used to sing to my son all the time when he was a baby, when he was really little. Yeah. Yeah, and I walked him in his stroller a lot. That was soothing for him. He liked it. Yeah, I would take this little one for drives. I had his car seat in my car, and I would just throw him in there, and drives would make him fall asleep quick. Mine would flip out. In the car? Yeah, but I was like, you know, when you see a couple that has a baby, and the dude's driving, and the woman's in the back seat with the baby? Oh, yeah. Like, it was the opposite with me. I was the one in the back seat with the baby. And, like, I would sing to Kai. I always sang him, like, dude, sometimes I sang him like Tenacious D, but sometimes, but I sang him Foo Fighters, and I feel like I sang him all kinds of shit. I sang him Neil Young and like whatever. That's awesome. Yeah. That's fun. You done having kids? You want to have more kids? Depends on who I fall in love with and what they want. Interesting. Yeah. I'm a very versatile, flexible person. If whoever you ended up with was 50-50 and they're like, I'm good either way, what would you then choose? I would choose to not have kids. Yeah. Probably. I mean, I would be careful. I wouldn't be like, oh, I'll just like maybe 50-50 possibly get you pregnant on accident. Who knows? Yeah. I'd be covering that shit up, you know, double bagging it, as it were. Verbatim, per se, to boot, and what have you. Yay many times, so on and so forth, yada, yada, yada. This should be the intro to every podcast. Should it? Just that last portion, yeah. Maybe I'll snip that out and use it at the beginning. Yeah, you should. Okay. Definitely. It's a podcast devoted to authenticity, resilience, and communication between diverse and passionate people, and so on and so forth. Yay many times, or what have you, per se, to boot. So mote it be. I don't know, amen. Yada, yada, yada. And stuff. Yeah. Or something. That's great. Or whatever. If you could like actually articulate that you were spilling everywhere. If you could make that part of it be consistent and just pre-recorded, that would be a hilarious start to your podcast. The like sincere, this is authentic, blah, 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 and yada, 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 yada. Ooh, can I recite a poem? Do you have it memorized? I have memorized all mine. I've never written any of mine. I have like 5-minute poems that are all in my head. I'm serious. I'll do those too if you want. No, I'm wondering if this one that you want to recite, if this is... No, this is actually a song. These are lyrics written by Lyrics Born, a hip-hop artist. It's called... What is it called? It's called... Do That There Thing. Doing that thing. Do that there. But I was listening to the lyrics and I was like, I really want to go to a stand-up, I want to do like a... Open mic and just read this off. Do it. Oh, wait, but this is somebody else wrote it? Yes, this is written by Lyrics Born. So this is a song? This is a rap song? Yes, but it's a poem in this case. Okay. Are you ready? Okay, can you just preface this? What kind of poem? Is it like spoken? You do it spoken word, or do you do it? Yeah? I don't know. Oh. I'm just going to read it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. No, I said ladies and gentlemen, here we go. I didn't even see that it started with the word ladies. Sorry. Ladies and fellas, I was hella bored. So I pedaled hella hard to a seminar in Zanzibar. Ben and Jerry, Tennis Star, and Pat Benatar riding on my handlebars. Then I got gaffled from a scrap metal yard.
When it fell apart, I got a rental car with Meadowlark Lemon's credit card. Double parked on the boulevard in front of Cinnabon, won a tug of war with a Minotaur. Then I toured the far north on a Portuguese man of war. Portuguese. Santa Claus handed me a catalog. The envelope attached on it said that you can have it all. So I got an antelope from Manitoba, a salad bowl, a catapult, a can of soda, a paddle boat, a camera phone, and also a Barry Manilow autographed cantaloupe and every episode of Solid Gold. The antelope to Babylon and Amazon in acid-washed camisole. Then her friend had tagged along who looked dead on Apollonian.
Oh, are you going to read the rest?
Yeah,
oh,
fuck
sorry,
yeah.
Sorry.
See, when I do that damn thing, I do that damn thing. I do that damn thing, I do it there. I do the damn thing, I do the damn thing, I do that damn thing, I do that there. Here's the story, folks. Totally stoned, I rode the slopes of Mount Holyoke. At 40 below, lo and behold, my homie poked too many holes in my snowmobile wheels. Now I'm rolling on some bobblies with spokes. That's a pizza crust. Just a footnote here. My homie, I already said that part. Had to pony up the dough to get an old green and gold mobile home. Stole an Oreo, a Polaroid, some saltines, an overcoat from Walgreens, some corduroys, some sardines, canola oil, all singing row, row, row your boat. On and on with Obi-Wan Kenobi, Shinobi, and Kobe Bryant, Pokemon and Pinocchio on the Okefenokee Swamp. Europe, Portugal, Tokyo, Borneo, and Coney Island, with the Horny Toad Memorial Orchestra with Barry White, lyrics born on rhymes, Maury Povich on viola, Barry Gordy on organ, and Joe Torre on chimes. Don Corleone on accordion tomorrow morning, when re-recording Jerome and Morris singing O-E-O-E-O. I met a hermit named Kermit McDermott with a learner's permit, curb swerving in a purple Suburban, slurping an orange sherbet, eating a turnip with the words dirty dirty written in cursive on his Burberry turban. It was curtains at the circus in Berkeley. Saw a turtle with a girdle, a squirrel with a curl, and the world's biggest girl pearl. Urkel swirled in a circle on a dirty-ass burgundy Murray bike. I had some curry rice, a turkey burger, and some curly fries. Tried to return some worthless merchandise to a Circuit City. Customer service was certifiably shitty. Courtesy clerk was nervous, kind of twitchy. Had a dry and curl perm, reminded me of Lionel Richie. Someone blurted out burr. That's when I turned around, observed Truck Turner and the burner out, and pointed at a surfer. Mr. Furley burst out. The beauty parlor and curlers, and a security jersey thermos full of wild turkey.
Can I please do this?
Do it.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck yeah. You're going to do it way better than me.
I want to do it with the spoken word spin.
I'm terrible at this.
No, why do you down yourself?
Oh, I down myself because I'm thirsty.
No, that's not why. Why do you down yourself?
The truth is, you are going to be better at me than this, and I'm terrible at this. I'm actually really good at poetry, but it's poetry that I've written. I'm not good at this. This is not something I wrote. Okay. This is by Lyrics Born.
One of my favorite things to do, no joke, and I've done this many times before, is to turn... Usually I do it with like somebody's come on text, like I've done it with my friend and her Tinder profile, and like messages back and forth, and I'll read the dude's messages as spoken word. No, it's not that bad.
Like WANAFUK.
Oh no, it's not that bad. But like conversations, like when they get past the point of the initial and they're just having normal conversations, I will read the conversations in a spoken word format. Oh my God, and it's hilarious.
Please do.
So, and I also love improvised spoken word. So I've done that before. At the upfront, Yonk, I already mentioned. Oh, sleepy.
I just reached for anybody who's not watching, who's only listening.
Yeah, which is everybody.
Because
outside of us.
No, I wanted to fuck with them and make them think that there might be a YouTube channel that they don't know about.
Oh, sorry. But, you can edit me out.
Fine. No, we're gonna leave it. Okay. It's fine. So I reached for the fucking mouse to try to wake my computer screen up.
But he had already given it to me. I had already
given it to her. You had to be there.
Yeah. Mashup show. The third Thursday of every month, my friend Yonk hosts the improvised mashup show.
Yonk.
And yeah, it's short for Yonkala.
What's his ethnicity?
Oh, you have to ask him. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Whatever. I know that his name is not his ethnicity. I'm pretty sure. I think his mom. Anyway, you can. Yeah, whatever.
I broke the seal. I wish they made shiwis for dudes.
You have to pee again?
Yeah, like just like
I haven't gone once yet.
Like it'd be so dope if you could just like clamp a bag onto your dick and
okay.
That was a joke.
I get it.
Supposed to be funny.
Just,
it's fine.
If we're gonna do anything though, we have to talk about some things.
Like what?
Content.
We're talking about me and Megan are probably going to be starting a radio show at the local radio station.
That's right. Yeah. Stay tuned. If you enjoyed this, even 5%, you will for sure enjoy.
5%?
Yeah. Even if 95% of you did not like listening to this.
Oh, I thought you meant like 5% of what we said.
Yeah.
If you if 100% of you liked 5% of what we said.
Oh.
Or if 95% of you didn't like it and only 5% of you liked the entire thing.
Listen to our broadcast.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll be taking callers.
Megan, you're wonderful.
Thank you. You are too. I want to finish my story though.
Yes, please do.
But I forget what I was saying.
You were talking about Yonk.
Oh, mashup show.
Yes.
I was talking about the mashup show. So we do a mashup show, and it's different every time, but we've a couple times done this improvised open mic. So what it is he sets it up as if it's an open mic. Have you been to an open mic?
Dude.
Okay. I don't know.
Audience,
have you been to an open mic?
I was a slam poet, for one.
Oh, cool.
And two, I found out that I was a comedian on accident because I went to an open mic where no one showed up. And my friend was like, just go up and talk, dude. You're hilarious.
Nice.
And I went up and just rambled for like 40 minutes. And afterwards, I got a standing ovation. And people were like, you were great up there. And I was like, I was literally just talking. A standing
ovation from the people that didn't show up?
No one showed up to go on stage. There was a bunch of people just sitting there, and there was nothing happening on stage.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Whatever, dude.
Anyway, so it's this improvised open mic, and what he does is he puts these random, what do you call them? You have to pee really bad, don't you?
A little bit.
He puts these, so like you could stop. So he cuts out all of them. I can't speak right now. There's a bowl, and if it's my turn, I go up and I pick from the bowl. Shh. I pick from the bowl, and in the bowl there's pieces of paper that have things written on it, and it could be sing a song, it could be do a one-person scene, it could be do a rap, it could be do a poem, it could be whatever. And so when you draw it, that's what you're presenting in the open mic, and it's all improvised. And both times I've done it, I've gotten poem. And so I do improvised spoken word. Oh my God, I love it. And it's so fun.
You do it right now?
No, but I think you need to pee first, and then I'm going to do this in spoken word.
But it would be dope if you could just do an improvised one too. Okay, hold on.
Okay, you go pee.
You talk to him again.
I'm going to talk to the
such a good host.
audience.
I can't wait to have a radio show with her.
Welcome back to...
I can't wait to have a radio show with her.
Say it again.
I can't wait to have a radio show with her because she's such a wonderful host.
Yeah, I'm a really good host. Hi, everybody.
She's basically just like... taking over my podcast.
It's because I have this sense of I'm not going to attach this to my shirt because it's not working. I'm a good host because I have a sense of stability. He needs to stop talking when he's in the bathroom because it's really distracting from what I'm trying to do on my own. I don't know if you can hear him, but it is distracting. Anyway, I really look forward to the future of Benjamin Warrior and Megan Galley's broadcast, which will be coming out. That's going to be a lot of fun. Stay tuned for that. We're going to have some guest speakers on there. We're going to also take callers from our listeners. It's going to be a live broadcast, I think. I'm sure some of them might be pre-recorded broadcasts, but some will be live. So that's exciting. It's exciting stuff. Anyway, he's back. Can you hear him? Okay. I'm going to go to the bathroom now. Bio break for me. So you all enjoy Benji for a minute. Do you go by Benji, Benjamin, Ben? What do you go by? What do you prefer?
I had this conversation.
Can you just tell everybody who's listening what and why you prefer what you prefer, and when, if there's different circumstances? And I'm not going to yell from the bathroom, so you can have your peace and quiet time, because you interrupt me when I'm by myself, and I just have to say that it's a little bit frustrating. Here you go.
Okay. I love you. So I prefer Samson the Gorelephant, and that's all the time. So you can just call me that all the time. Samson the Gorelephant. So I had an epiphany while I was urinating, that when you pee so much that your pee is clear, that's a good thing, right? Because it means that you're cleansed and that you don't have a bunch of excess crap coming out of you. But the whole, like, if it's yellow, let it mellow thing, that really stumped me, because if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. I know a lot of people have heard that. If you haven't heard it, now you have. The thing is that when it's clear, it's almost like it's not piss. It's just straight water. So do you flush it or do you just leave it? It's not yellow. Do you let it mellow still? Like, what or do you flush it? Like, I'm really confused. I need help with this. This is a predicament. My email address is benjisolus@gmail.com. And you can also go to my website, authenticwarrior.org. If you don't know how to spell those words, let me teach you. It's AUTHENTICWARRIOR.org. You can go to authenticwarrior.org and scroll down to the footer of my website. And there you will find contact information, as well as social media links, where you can follow me on social media and be my friend. So, anyway, my thoughts for the day surrounding urine and clarity, if you will, and what have you. So, tell me what the thing is. I want to give the people what they came for. My podcast is all about people pleasing. I want everyone to have everything that they want all the time. I don't ever want anyone to want for shit. You come to me and I will react to everything that you do in a way that tries to please you. So please, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. And I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I wanna really, really, really something, blah, da, 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 da. I think Megan's probably way better at this than me. She is a very entertaining person. Let me tell you about Megan. Megan has a soul that shines so brightly. She's just such a brilliant, loving person, and just so sweet. Like, you probably get tired of hearing me say that, because the only people that I have on this podcast are people that I feel that way about. And I know a lot of people, but I don't have them all on my podcast. And maybe everybody's like that. In fact, my podcast has illuminated some shit for me. I've figured out that everybody is way more amazing than I think. Because even the people that I have on this show, I don't know how amazing they are until afterwards. I think I do, but I don't. I'm always blown away by how much more amazing they actually were than how I thought. And it's made me understand that every single person who I cross paths with, and all the people that I don't cross paths with, all the people that I don't cross paths with are also probably, very likely, just as fucking amazing. All right, giving the mic back to Megan.
Just so everybody at home knows, I just took a dump in Benji's toilet.
Yeah, I heard the air freshener.
That felt good. Oh. I think there might still be more to go. This is tangled up.
That's because tangled up in blue.
I'm blue. Without weed, I would die. Without weed, I would die.
I believe I was. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm a $3 guy.
I'm a $3 guy. Okay, that felt good. I feel relieved now.
I have fleas. I have hives.
I
have fleas. I have hives.
Do some spoken word?
Fleas. I have hives. Yes, please.
You want it improvised?
Yes, please.
Not reading?
Yes, please.
Okay. I also would like to improvise or to do spoken word on a commonly known song.
Okay. Well, that one that I did is not commonly known.
No, let's do one then that's commonly known.
Gangsta's Paradise or Shoop by Salt and Pepper.
Sure. I only know the chorus.
No, let's talk about sex. Do that one. Sex sells.
Are we selling anything? What are we selling?
Genius supplements and Cageside fight code.
No, let's do something that's not. Let's do something
We're not selling shit.
Like Britney Spears or something. Like something that's like.
I actually don't make any money advertising. I just want to clarify. I do advertise, but it's because I like the people who sell those things.
You should, this is off the record, but you should not advertise anything until you get money from people.
They give me gear sometimes.
Okay.
Just here and there, you know.
I think you should wait until you have a commitment before you advertise.
The thing is, I'm aware of how impactful my podcast is because anytime
with your 70 followers.
Yeah, because anytime somebody clicks a link on my website that takes them to...
We should do an ASMR podcast. Okay, we should do an ASMR. We should do it. No, it doesn't need to be sexual. Have you watched ASMR?
Yeah. Okay.
It's never sexual.
You know what's funny is my almost 12-year-old son mentioned ASMR to me, and I was like, "How do you know what that is?"
It's not a sexual thing.
He's like, YouTube, and I was like, "Tell me what it is." He's like, "It's when people get really close to the microphone and they make all these really disgusting sounds with their mouths."
No. Have you watched it?
Yeah.
ASMR. So I watched.
There is porn of it.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't watch porn though.
It's Rule 34 of the internet.
What's that mean?
If you can think of it, there's porn of it.
Oh, I'm sure. That's Rule 34 of anything in life.
Yeah. The internet is everything in life.
It's true. That's why there's so much more crime is because of the internet. Anyway, we can talk about that a different day. I think we should talk about that on our podcast.
Or is that why we know of the crime that's happening?
No, it's why there's more because people.
Is there more crime, or has it always been that way, and now we're just more aware of it because of the internet?
No, because listen, people in the past used to think, "Oh my gosh, I must be crazy. That's insane."
I think Call of Duty has something to do with it too.
People don't.
Personally.
Shh. Okay. People don't do this shit. I'm crazy. I'm insane. So they wouldn't do things because they thought this is just me.
You're so intense right now.
Then with the internet, they started Googling.
We're holding our mics in front of our faces.
They started Googling. Cannibalism or whatever, and realizing, oh, I'm not the only one. Other people like this.
A lot of people want to eat flesh.
Yeah, and it was a justification thing.
God,
I'm being serious.
She's a femur on that guy.
Benjamin is not being serious.
I want his manhawk.
I don't know if I can do a broadcast.
I want his spiral sliced manhawk.
I don't know about this.
Oh, come on. Oh no, I've ruined a wonderful thing.
Anyway, I'm ready to do my close-up.
Okay, do it.
So I want to start with a song. I wish we could have callers right now.
I mean,
you know what?
We can tweet it.
Let's do that. Let me call somebody right now.
No, don't do that. Put it on Facebook. Call me if you want to make it.
Nope, I'm just calling somebody.
Okay. Oh shit! Excellent. I like this.
Yeah.
You have to answer like a radio station.
Hello?
Hi, this is Megan Galley and Benjamin Warrior doing a podcast, and we are wondering if you could please give us a song to turn into spoken word.
I'm sorry, what?
Hey,
One more time.
Yeah. I'm curious if you would be able to provide me with a song which I could look up the lyrics to and recite in the form of spoken word. Any song.
Oh, Angel for Montgomery by Bonnie Raitt.
Make sure she knows that she's being podcasted.
You are being recorded right now. Is that okay with you?
I love being recorded.
So yes, that is okay with you that we publish this?
Yeah, that's fine.
Great.
Tell her she can swear too.
What's the song called?
Angel for Montgomery.
Angel for Montgomery.
You have the mouse. Okay.
By body rate. RAITT.
Oh, it's right there. Press enter. Just press enter. Beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I will see you in an hour or so.
Montgomery.
I will see you later.
Okay.
Oh, that's the same
Also,
goddamn
answer
thing.
all your questions.
Thank you so much.
I didn't realize that was a...
Okay.
Okay, bye. Okay, so I'm gonna do now...
Dude, I thought that was fucking Old Crow Medicine Show, because they covered this.
I don't know what you're saying.
The Old Crow Medicine Show. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, baby, any way you feel.
Okay.
Come on.
Do you mind if I take focus now?
Yes, do it. Do it.
Do it. Okay, I'm going to turn Angel from Montgomery into a spoken word beat poem.
Oh my god, I love it.
Are you ready? Should we remove your mic?
No, I'm gonna...
Are you sure?
You're mean.
I'm not trying to be mean.
You're hurting me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm kidding.
Keep your mic close by.
It's fine. I'm playing with you.
Okay. Glug, 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 glug. Okay, here we go. Control.
It's gonna be so good. I'm talking about your poem, not the thing that I'm pouring.
Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. Here we go. This is Angel from Montgomery, a song by Bonnie Raitt. I'm doing the lyrics of this song.
Crying. I knew it wasn't Bonnie Raitt.
Well, Bonnie Raitt
cover.
must have covered it, yeah. So, Angel from Montgomery, here we go. I am an old woman named after my mother. My old man is another child that's grown old. If dreams were lightning, thunder was desire, this old house would have burnt down a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go. When I was a young girl, well, I had me a cowboy. He weren't much to look at, but just free rambling man. But that was a long time, and no matter how I try, the years just flow by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go. There's flies.
That last line, dude. But that was really good. Oh
Thanks.
My God, that was excellent.
Oh, hello.
What just happened?
Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny if we just now learned that we weren't recording at all this whole time?
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be funny at all because that's happened to me before. Mm-hmm. And that motherfucker never came back to do a second.
All right, so should we do some improvised spoken word?
Sure.
Okay.
Go for it.
So should we call another player, another person to
it'd
get
be
a
dope
suggestion?
if we put a post on Facebook and people just started calling us.
It would be, however, I think we need traction first because I don't get people to respond to my posts very fast.
People in Bellingham suck.
That's not true. We love you, Bellingham.
No, but people in Bellingham are so like...
Do you get people to respond immediately?
Nah, sometimes. It depends.
I get people to answer the phone.
Depends on the time of day and the day of the week.
Let me call. Who can I
Sunday
call?
afternoons are good.
Who could I call that would answer their phone right now?
Call Megan Wolf.
Oh, she might answer.
I haven't seen her in so long.
You know, she just texted me earlier this morning or this afternoon about catching up because
I love her so much.
We haven't talked in a while. So let me call her. She might answer. Let's give it a try.
Thank you for calling Regal Cinema Showtimes.
Shut up.
Do you remember that guy?
Yeah, absolutely. Press 7 for See Home Cinema.
Yeah. Hello, and thank you for calling Regal Cinema Showtimes.
She might not. She's not going to answer.
To hear Showtimes for Inglorious Bastards.
I think that might have been the last movie I watched in the theater before the Barclay.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Come on, Megan, set up an outgoing message.
Anyway, let's see. My favorites. Let's call...
You don't have to call.
My sister. Should we call my sister?
Call your brother.
He's in jail right now. But I'll call my sister.
I'll be there. I won't be alright tonight.
Suggestion.
Usher.
Why isn't it?
Let's have her usher us in a question.
I'm gonna be alright tonight. What song is that?
It's an Usher song.
I know, but how does
I don't know what it's called. I don't know how it goes either. That was after my time. It was a little late.
I was after you? How old are you?
It was a little late in my
You're
Usher
younger
career.
than me. Are you younger than me?
I'm 33.
Oh, you're older than me.
You got it bad.
When
you're on the phone, hang up and you call
Please leave
right
your
back.
message for 360
My sister is not answering.
You got it bad. If you miss a day,
I'm gonna try calling one more person.
whole lives off track.
All right, I'm gonna call Yonk.
Do it.
Okay.
You know you got it bad when you're stuck in the house. You don't wanna have fun.
It's
all you think about.
You got it bad when you're
Something
out with someone, but you keep on thinking about
Somebody else.
When you
Say that you love me,
and
you don't
already
even know.
everything that used to matter, it don't matter no more.
Yeah, that. Man,
Nobody's answering.
dial tone is just like
It's not a dial tone.
whatever. It's a ringtone, but not.
Hi, this is Young.
Oh man.
At least he has an outgoing message.
Am I done trying?
Come on, Megan Wolf. Get yourself an outgoing message, dude.
Oh look, he's calling me right back though. Hang on.
Yeah.
This is Megan.
Hey, Megan, Young here. Just saw that you tried to call.
Hey Yonk, this is Megan Galley and Benjamin Warrior here. We are doing a podcast and you are being recorded. Is that okay with you?
It is. I'm running out the door.
I just have one quick question for you. We are about to do an improvised spoken word piece, and I need a suggestion from you as to what you would like the spoken word to be about.
Name the poem. The name of the poem.
Yeah, give me the name of the poem.
Snow-capped peak.
Snow-capped peak.
Snow-capped peak.
I never.
Beautiful. Snow-capped peak. Thank you very much, Yonk. I hope you have a lovely day.
Thank you, Yonk. Thank you very much. And check out Authentic Warrior Radio at www.authenticwarrior.org.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Well, have fun.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, snow-peaked cap?
Snow-capped peak.
Snow-capped peak. Thank you. Snow-capped peak. Okay.
You do a stanza, I'll do a stanza.
Okay. All
I
right.
suppose.
Sounds good.
I almost have to pee again.
Are you kidding? Should we bio break first?
Should we actually just pause it this time? You can pee in the bathroom and I'll pee outside.
Oh, I don't need to pee
We can
again.
double team the
I peed
urination.
and pooped. I'm good for a while.
God. Okay.
Is that awkward for you? I'm
No,
very
not
open
at
about
all.
my bio stuff.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
You know?
Your face said a different story.
My face is probably saying all kinds of shit right now because
Because you have to pee?
Yes, and
Yes, and you move a lot.
yes, and I do that all the time.
No, I've noticed that when you first come back from peeing, you sit still.
I'm way more calm for sure. I'm in that like post peeing euphoric.
Do you want to pause it so you don't have to edit so much?
No, fuck that.
Nah, fuck that shit.
I already decided long ago, and I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to jinx it. But I decided a while ago that I'm not editing this episode at all.
Oh, come on.
Only if you want me to.
I feel like, oh man. Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, I didn't have you sign a release, so.
I just, okay. This will be interesting.
It's gonna be fucking wonderful.
Yeah.
I love this episode
But
so much
part of
already.
me was only saying certain things knowing that it would be edited.
Oh, come on. You can say whatever you want, but hey, whatever you want me to edit out, I'll edit it out.
That's the thing, though. I don't know. I don't remember. We'll have to go back and listen to it.
Don't be a pussy.
I'm not. Excuse me.
I'm kidding. Pussies are badass.
Yeah, they are.
They take a beating, and I love them.
They do more than take a beating.
They take a licking and keep on ticking.
Oh my gosh.
It's a Vaginex.
I feel like you need to go take your bio
Like a
break.
Timex?
You need to go to the bathroom now.
Okay.
Go to the bathroom.
All right.
Yes, I'll take that. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. I feel like you should maybe edit this though, because pieces that I have done alone with the microphone are really good for like the beginning of the show. I just got a message. Who did I get a message from? Oh, I didn't get a he's not editing this. Okay, well, everything that I've said before was said with the not intention, but the vision that it would potentially be placed in different parts of the episode. But that's okay. We are going forward with it like this. I'm also curious to know how many listeners are actually going to listen to the entire podcast as is. If you've made it this far and it actually is not edited, then you have listened for an hour, 16 minutes, 3 seconds, and going strong. So I'm proud of you. Thank you. Yeah, it's Sunday, March 3rd, I believe. Let's see what the date is. Yep, Sunday, March 3rd. It is 4:21 p.m. currently. And it's a good day. It's a sunny day. It's bright outside. It's beautiful. Benji just went pee for the 6th time since I've been here.
What's the call number for my station?
What's the call number?
Like the KPZX.
What?
KPZG.
Like, what do you want it to be? Are you asking for?
No, for my podcast. Can you just make a fake one?
Can you? I don't know.
You tell me.
Are you learning that in training?
No, it's for a podcast. Therefore, it's not a radio station. Therefore, you can literally do whatever you want because the internet is not.
I know. I'm asking, Benji, if you're asking whether you want me to give you my advice or what are you asking for?
I'm having a collaborative conversation about what the call sign for my fake radio station should be.
What is it right now?
It doesn't have one. It's
the Authentic Warrior.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, the 4-letter thing that all radio stations have?
Not all have them.
Like KISM, KISM FM, 92.9.
Cafe, 104.3.
Yeah, exactly.
KAFE.
And then makeshift is KZAX. KZAX.
But what about Z95.3? That's just Z, which is a Z. That's it.
Oh, God.
And what about 94.5? The Beat. 94.5.
It's probably BEAT.
No, I think it's The Beat.
Jack FM. JACK.
So what do you want it to be? Off. AUTH?
No.
Why?
Because that sounds like a password.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've just learned Benjamin Warrior's password.
No, it's not my password. You'll never know. But it sounds like a password.
I'm going to log in real quick to your Facebook. Oh, look, AUTH. I'm in.
Yeah. Most passwords require special characters, and numbers and letters. And
how about WAR? AWAR, Authentic Warrior. This is AWAR.
AWR.
No, it needs to be 4. AWAR.
AWRL.
Why? Why that?
Because it sounds like TRL.
Oh my goodness.
And because it stands for love. Authentic Warrior Radio Love.
Okay, are you ready to do our stanza spoken word?
Let's do it.
What is it?
What is a stanza? What's the definition of a stanza?
It's well, let's Google this.
Excellent. Jamie, will you look that up? Young Jamie? You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Okay, cool.
Who's Jamie?
He's the guy who, I don't know the scope of what he does for Joe Rogan, but on the Joe Rogan podcast, he's the one who always Googles everything, and I think he might be the sound guy, like the engineer and the tech guy.
Okay, well, Jamie has a response.
Okay.
Stanza. A group of lines forming the basic recurring metrical unit in a poem, a verse. A group of 4 lines in some Greek and Latin meters. So 4 lines-ish is a stanza. And who knows how long a line is? I don't know. Okay, and we don't have to rhyme because I don't believe in...
I think we should.
You can. I might not.
No, I'm only going to do it if you do it.
I probably won't.
Because then it'll seem like 2 people wrote the poem. We got to be the same person. Let's be experts on this poem.
Okay, you ready?
Okay. Oh, experts means we just go 1 word at a time.
No, it doesn't. No.
3 words at a time.
No, stanza per stanza.
Okay, fine.
You ready?
1 author. 2 heads.
What's it called? A snow-capped peak. Snow-capped peak. Okay.
It's not a snow-capped peak. It's snow-capped peak.
Okay, great. Now, once this poem starts,
shut the fuck up.
We're in the poem.
I know.
Okay.
Calm down.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce for you right now Megan Galley and Benjamin Warrior.
No, it's one person.
AKA Benjamin Warrior. Performing Snow-Capped Peak. When the sun starts to rise over the crescent of that which is your body, I see the fall. It trickles down as it graces the grass that buds in the spring but is no more right now because of how cold this wind feels on my face. It hurts because of the tears that freeze as they drop and break. I wait.
The slowly crawling salamanders on the stones of the Amazon, they change colors, as do the seasons that pass them by. Inside my heart, I touch your thigh. I feel the obsolete nature of my own body as the rubber and plastic technology on Amazon.com replaces me.
When I look beyond the watch that is an apple, I see more than the technological signs. Grace abounds between earth, sky, and battery. And I realize the connection of it all is in a sea of mutuality.
Ceremoniously, a dewdrop rolls from a leaf. My tongue catches the essence of its filtered deliciousness. The ozone fresh upon my tongue, my taste buds alive with electricity and velour-like smoothness. I love you and all that you are. Deep within my loins, I feel this truth. You are the character who is the protagonist of my play. I want to hold you, to kiss you, to be you.
And then I realize I am who I am and who I was always meant to be. A snow-capped peak, resounding beyond belief.
You are the sunshine of my life.
Are the sunshine of my life.
Deep within my loins, I feel this truth. What the fuck? What's happening? Okay.
I think that
Mine
was
got
good.
weird.
Ours got weird.
It got obsessive. I want to feel you, to kiss you, to be you. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was good.
Okay. But I was trying to, like, completely be random and not even think about what I was saying. So.
It's on Instagram now, too. I hope you know that.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, good.
Instagram only allows 1 minute things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, unless it's Instagram Live.
Well, I just did the end of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
It's weird that I look so much like Joe Rogan.
It's weird that we've been recording for an hour and 24 minutes.
Don't you think it's weird?
I'm not going to edit this. I don't think you look like Joe Rogan.
Okay, look. Joe Rogan is jacked and he's really cut. I'm not the jackedest I've ever been right now, but like also like his whole body is super cut, but his face is like, he's got like his cheeks, you know? I don't know. I've been told many times that I look like Joe Rogan by multiple people. I need to Google
Joe Rogan. I need to see.
And in that video, I look particularly like him because I'm sitting there with fucking headphones on podcasting.
You've been told you look like Joe Rogan?
Yeah. Once I was told that I looked like a cross between Joe Rogan and young Vince Vaughn. I was like, really?
I can sort of see Joe Rogan, but I honestly think it's just because of the bald.
Go to look up a YouTube video of him podcasting.
Take away above your eyebrows.
Look up a YouTube video. Oh yeah, because I have a pointy deformed skull. I do, from breakdancing and headbutting and getting kicked up against a curb.
Who, Joe Rogan and who?
Joe Rogan podcasting.
No. You said Joe Rogan and...
No, I literally just Joe Rogan podcasting.
Before that, you said people think I look like Joe Rogan.
Young Vince Vaughn. Young Vince Vaughn.
Young
There's a difference.
Young Vince.
Old Vince Vaughn is the definition of dad bod. I looked up dad bod and it was like Vince Vaughn.
Young Vince Vaughn?
Apparently. I didn't say it. Yeah.
Look at young Vince Vaughn.
Yeah. He looks like he's Ferris Bueller.
I used to work at Seahome Hagen. I was a checker.
Seahome?
Yeah, the Seahome Hagen.
Hey, I got a joke for you. Ask me if I had a joke.
Do you have a joke for me?
Yes.
What is it?
Why do all the trees in town lean from the northeast to the southwest?
Hang on, let me think. I don't know why.
Because Seahome sucks and Squalicum blows.
That's a weird joke.
It's a joke about high schools in Bellingham. I have people listening from there's one person who lives in Punjab. There's people in the UK, there's people listening to this podcast all over the planet, so I have to...
All over the planet?
I have to let you guys know that we're talking about local things here.
Okay, well...
And when we say northwest, we're talking about northwest from our perspective, but I feel like if I was living in England, then maybe I would be in the northwest, in the upper left-hand corner of the map.
If you were living in England?
Why is it that, the United States is in the upper left-hand corner of the map?
Of the U.S.
No, of a map. Of a world map. We are at upper left-hand corner.
Oh, if you look at it flat?
Yeah. Why is that? And, yeah.
You ask why.
And why is the positive pole up?
Listen.
North.
You ask why as though the upper left is a better thing.
No, I'm just curious.
Oh, because
why are we on that corner? But then you go over to England, you look at a map there. They're still in the middle. They're not up in the corner.
Right.
Or maybe because they think they're the shit and they put their fucking fingerprint on every place and every time in history.
So is the middle the best?
Apparently, according to them, I think maybe they're Anglo-centric.
Have you been to England?
Because they're in the center and they're Anglo-Saxon.
Have you been to England?
No, I'm an American and I'm not very cultured.
You're not?
No. I've been told that I'm the most cultured machinist.
Have you traveled outside of the U.S.?
To Canada.
Oh, really? That's it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay,
I became a father when I was very young, and I've been busting my ass in mediocre jobs since then to try to...
Do you want to travel?
Fuck yeah, I do. As soon as my kids grow up and go to college or whatever, when they move out and do their own thing, I'm planning on getting a van and driving around South America.
Okay. What country do you want to see the most in South America?
All of them.
Hmm? Equally. You don't have anyone that you're like, oh, but I need to go there.
No. It's, I want to see a bunch of, overgrown temple ruins in the Amazon. That's a bang. This? Would you like a bang?
What's a bang?
Bang yourself. Find out.
Feel your destiny.
Yeah.
Bankster berry, natural flavors, 16 fluid ounce. What's in this?
I'm going to bleep that out, maybe, possibly.
Ultra CoQ10. So this is an energy drink?
It started out as a pre-workout supplement, and now it's marketed as an energy drink. But honestly, what I think happened is that it was always an energy drink, and they marketed it as a pre-workout supplement because they're smart.
I want to...
Also, they put this thing on there that says you have to be 18 years old to buy it, which I think is also just a marketing ploy.
Yeah, I want to spoken word their little thing on the back of their can. Can I do that?
Go for it.
Okay.
Do it.
Bang your intensity. Make no mistake, Bang is not your stereotypical high-sugar, life-sucking soda masquerading as an energy drink. High sugar drinks spike blood sugar, producing metabolical mayhem, causing you to crash. Harder than... Okay, let me start over. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to hold my mic up then. Okay.
Just do it.
Make no mistake, Bang is not your stereotypical high-sugar, life-sucking soda masquerading as an energy drink. High-sugar drinks spike blood sugar, producing metabolical mayhem, causing you to crash harder than a test dummy into a brick wall. Power up with Bang's protein, brain, and body-rocking fuel. Create caffeine, CoQ10, and EAAs, essential amino acids. Life is an extreme sport, and Bang is the extreme energy source to live life extreme. Thank you. That's it.
That was Megan Galley, everybody.
Yeah. If you want me to enhance your marketing...
My name.
Just call me up and I will do that for you.
Is the mysterious Sir Sven Esquire, third power of paradise, but for short you can call me Sal, aka Rudolph Robert, or Rudy Bob, hereinafter referred to as the mysterious curious. Thank you, Sir Warrior, von Cruisen, sir. My stars, not stripes. La la la, cutsies, handy quitsies, no tag backs. You can't triple step a double temp, Lloyd Jones.
What? What was all that?
My name.
Why?
Because.
Oh. My name is Megan V. Galley.
Megan V. Galley. What's V? Vivian?
No, it's V.
V?
Yeah.
Like V-E-E or V?
One V. Or one E, I'm sorry.
V. V.
V-E.
V.
V.
Oy vey.
Pronounced V.
V.
My grandma actually in a birthday card once spelled my middle name wrong. She spelled it V-E-E.
When everything is at stake and everything, so you have a relationship with a person, any kind of relationship, and you value that relationship, and shit is hitting the fan, and it feels like that relationship is on thin ice. What are the tactics? What are the things that you do to enhance your communication to make sure that you are not fucking it up any worse and doing the best that you possibly can to show that person that you love yourself and them, that you care about the relationship and that you want to restore it to its highest potential?
So, I haven't been in a serious committed relationship for...
Any kind. Friendship, too.
Oh, okay, any kind.
Any kind. Work, any kind.
Oh.
Just a person who you care about. And it feels like it's about to go to shit because miscommunications and like high stakes conversations and...
Yeah, I think I just get vulnerable and real. Like, because generally, if there's drop balls or things where people are like, I don't think we're on the same page anymore, it's miscommunication. So I try to get, and it's somebody that I really want to maintain a connection with and I want to maintain a relationship with. Because there's times when also I just don't care enough and it's like, well, okay, we're just going our separate ways and I've got a lot going on, so I'm not going to expend energy in this relationship right now. But if it's somebody that I just like, I don't want to lose this person, I want to make sure that we stay in whatever type of relationship we were or grow it or whatever.
Yeah.
Then I think it's all about being vulnerable, being honest, and being real about what's going on and how I'm feeling. So dropping preconceived notions, letting go of biased opinions, letting go of whatever pride there might be, and just saying, hey, like, this is how I'm feeling. I'm afraid of losing our connection. What's going on? And just having an honest, open conversation.
How does it play out in times when you don't realize that you are having a bias?
Give me an example.
I mean, most of us walk around with implicit biases all the time.
Yeah.
We have non-conscious processing that's happening, and we have thoughts that determine how we make decisions and how we communicate with each other that we don't recognize are actually happening.
Yeah.
So mindfulness is necessary in order for us to recognize what's happening and that we, like, in order for us to really see our own thought patterns and then break them down and see the whole sequence of what we're feeling and thinking and be like, this is what's happening right now, and separate ourselves from our egos.
Well, I was just going to say pride. That's pride, because bias is one thing. Having an implicit bias is one thing, but having it and not being able to see it and not being able to work around it or work past it is pride. Because it's one thing for me to be like, oh, well, this is how I know XYZ to be. This is how it's always been for me. So you must, like, I'm gonna give a weird example.
Weird examples are the shit.
Yeah. If I have a friend who doesn't text me back, and to me, in my experience, if somebody doesn't text me back, it means that they don't want to hang out. They don't want anything to do with me, right? That's my bias. Yeah. And this person just doesn't text. They don't look at their phone. They don't text. They're a show up at my door type of person. They're a let's just meet up randomly. I don't need to text you to want to hang out with you type of person.
That's kind of what person I am.
Cool. Well, my bias might be if you don't reply, I think you don't want to hang out with me.
Yeah.
So my pride gets in the way when I use that bias or that experience and say, oh, they didn't reply, so they don't want to hang out with me, and then point, period, that's it. Well, throw away the pride, call the person, or show up at their house and say, hey, you didn't text me back. Do you want to hang out with me? And let them say yes or no. If they say no, and you were right, okay, cool, count your losses, you were right, go home. If they say, oh, of course I do, yeah, come on in, let's hang out. Then you realize, oh, I was wrong. Like, that's just my past experience, but that has nothing to do with this person.
But there's still a bias that's happening there. Like, if you show up at a person's house unexpected and they're actually on their way out, or they're busy, or they're fucking tired, or whatever, who knows, they just worked like a 10-hour shift and they're exhausted, like, maybe they're gonna be like, it's not a good time.
Sure.
But in your head, you might be like, oh, cop out.
Well, hopefully, yeah, I feel like you're talking about people you already know.
No, I'm really honestly just saying, like, whatever. So,
like, this could be potentially a new relationship, a new friendship, a new whatever.
Just any kind of relationship. Like, in the situation that you're talking about, where, like, you're trying to figure out what's going on with the other person and how they feel about you and how they feel about the relationship that you guys have. Like, you show up at their house randomly, their decision is not necessarily going to be a reflection of how they feel about the relationship. Because if it's unexpected, who knows what might have been leading up to that.
Absolutely. But my friend Lauren, like 3 years ago...
Change your name.
Change her name?
Yeah.
Well, now it's already there, and if you're not editing this out...
Let's call her CJ.
Okay, my friend CJ. Lauren would be cool if I used her name.
We're not saying Lauren.
Why?
CJ.
Oh, is Lauren a bad name for you?
Yes.
Okay. So it's for you, not for her.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. So my friend CJ, she brought up this.
She sounds like a sweet person just based on her name.
She's beautiful. She's
CJ,
lovely.
she sounds wonderful.
So anyway, she came up with this, like, thing, which is not really coming up with anything, but she decided to implement it, whereas she's taken people at their word, literally at their word. So if somebody texts back or calls back or doesn't reply and they're just like, oh, I can't, I'm busy, there's no assumption, there's no reading into it. It's like, okay, cool, they were busy.
I love that.
And it's just, that is what it is. And doesn't take it personally. And so since she taught me that a couple of years ago, that's what I've tried to implement in my life. So if I message somebody and they don't respond, I don't take it
really
personally.
Emotional right now?
You are?
Are you?
Oh, no, I'm okay.
You sound like it.
I sound emotional?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sincere.
You're so beautiful and wonderful.
Oh, thank you. I feel...
You are. Like, you're just so sweet.
Well, you're very kind. And you've known me a long, long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I love, like, when you're talking, you're so authentic and, like, you're so sincere all the time. You say you're being sincere right now, but I know you as someone who's always sincere.
Thank you.
And you say, like, when shit goes weird or whatever, when shit gets difficult, you respond to it by being vulnerable. But you're always that way.
Thank you.
That's the Megan that I know. Like, you're always that way, and that's why I really appreciate you, and that's why I have you here right now.
Oh, well, that's very...
It's not just your vulnerability, though. It's other things, too, like the whole Megscape.
Nice. I feel like humans deserve realness and deserve...
You're one of my favorite people, you know that?
Yeah, thank you. You're one of my favorite people too.
Why are we never like around each other?
We can be around each other more.
We should.
Yeah, let's do it. Well, we're gonna start a fucking radio show.
I know, I'm so stoked about that.
Yeah, so we're gonna be around each other a lot more.
I'm excited.
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm pausing it.
Okay.
So we were talking about I was talking about the analogy of like, analogy, metaphor, whatever. Mm-hmm. So how improv is a way of life.
Sure.
It really is.
It can be, yeah.
It's totally a way of life.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah. Because
you're improvising.
Well, life is improv, right?
Exactly.
Like you don't plan what you're gonna do every single...
you can try.
Sure, yeah, but there's gonna be
And now we're
elements.
gonna get back to that age-old argument that I have on my podcast all the time.
Which is?
Free will versus determinism.
Interesting, okay.
Do
you believe everything happens for a reason?
Oh, am I fatalistic?
I don't know, is that what that means?
What do you mean by reason?
I don't know. People say, everything happens for a reason. Or if like something shitty happens and then there's a good outcome, it's like, see, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, because they're using it as there's a thing in psychology called explanatory, I don't know, style. And it is the way that you explain what happens in your life to yourself.
Right.
And it makes a huge difference in the way that somebody interprets their life experience and how they move forward in life with or without fervor.
Fervor. So do you believe in everything happens for a reason or not?
No, it does happen for a reason, but is it happening for a reason that's determined by some Godhead type thing? Or
for example, this is a difficult example. Are you ready? Can I ask you a very personal, difficult example question?
I would love it if you did that.
Okay. Your kids.
Yes.
Do you think or believe that the reason you were with your ex was to have your kids?
Whose reason was it?
Yours.
My reason.
The universe, whatever.
No, there's a huge difference between those two things.
Do you believe that the statement, it happened for a reason, the reason being your kids, it being your relationship with your ex, it happened for a reason? Do you believe that?
I think that it was all a predetermined yet unexpected and uncontrollable eventuality.
Predetermined by who?
Not anybody at all. It was just predetermined by the events that came before it.
But who?
It's like dominoes.
But the word's predetermined.
Yeah, predetermined by the...
With dominoes, though, somebody has to push the first domino.
Okay.
So predetermined by who?
Somebody has to push the first domino?
Yeah.
Okay, but like if you think about existence in general, like think about the book of Genesis and like the very first chapter.
Are you Christian?
No.
So why do you keep bringing up the book of Genesis?
Because I know that you are, for one, and two, I also used to be Jewish.
Don't know if I identify as Christian. For two, why do you keep bringing up Genesis?
Because, well, it seems like that's where you're going with it. Two, I used to be Jewish.
Okay.
But
I'm just wondering what you mean by predetermined.
What I mean by predetermined is that there are variables that determine what's, like, there are variables that are constantly happening. Like, think of a big system, a big machine, and there's moving parts all over the place. And your attention span only allows you to focus on one moving part or two moving parts at a time. But that doesn't mean that all the other moving parts aren't happening and moving at the same time out of your awareness. So that's life. That's life. We can only be aware of so much. There's all these moving parts, all these variables that are interacting with each other constantly that are not only determining what happens outside of us, but also determining what information we've been exposed to and what information we are capable of understanding. And then even with that, there are variables in our own bodies and in our, like there are chemical actions and reactions that are happening in our bodies that determine how we respond to the things that are going on in our bodies. So it's like the things that are happening and how we respond to them. Like there's so much fucking shit going on that we're not even aware of on a regular basis. Like in any given moment, you may think that you have this in lock. Like you know you're gonna fucking make the right decision. You're on this. You're thinking about it. You're being smart. You're fucking certain and confident. That might be your explanatory style in that moment.
Yeah.
But the truth is that you're not. And that there are a zillion fucking things that you cannot comprehend at once. Even if you could comprehend all of them one at a time, which you fucking can't, because you're just a human. And you have no idea how many things had to happen to lead up to this and how many things are happening in this moment. Like, you can't fucking comprehend all of them at once. But even one at a time, you can't comprehend them at their most simplest, broken down level of fucking function. You can't do that. Like, we're very limited in our consciousness and our ability to understand things. Like, we think we're the shit. Humans think that they have learned everything. It's like when you think about a teenager and how they think they know everything, that's humans. That's humans versus every other fucking sentient thing on the planet. Humans are the fucking ones that think they know everything. And because
I don't know. Have you ever talked to a badger? I think that if you could actually
I have talked to a badger.
No, okay, then like a dwarf hamster.
Yes, done that too.
I used to raise dwarf hamsters.
Yeah, yes, me too.
I feel like they think that they do know everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They probably do.
Yeah.
Probably know more than humans. But they have air sacs, so they can't produce timbers beyond humans. And also they're not right-handed, so their left brains are not as active. I appreciate
where you're going. I do. I think it's lovely, beautiful, wonderful. But let's dial it back in.
Okay.
What were we originally talking about?
I have no idea.
That's when you know you've gone too far.
Really? I thought that was when you were like doing the right thing.
No. It's when you know you've gone too far. Because there was a specific question. What was the specific question?
When?
I asked you about everything happens for a reason.
Oh,
right?
Do I believe that everything happens for a reason?
And I specifically brought up your kids.
Yeah.
Because...
Do I believe that my kids were...
No, do you believe that you had to go through that relationship with your ex in order to have your kids? Because your kids now, at this point, are a blessing. You would never even try to imagine your life without them because of how in love with your kids you were.
I mean, are you talking about me personally? Because, like, a lot of other people probably could have come into that same fucking, outcome, but been led there by different causes and effects. Like, a lot of other people...
I'm talking about you.
Okay, so me, in my life...
In the context of, do you believe everything happens for a reason?
I do believe that everything happens for a reason. I just don't think that that reason is predetermined by a conscious force. I think that yes, it happened for a reason. Obviously, my kids were conceived because I fucked my ex-wife without a condom, and I did that for other reasons. I did that because I was being fucking kind of reckless in the moment. And I was doing that because I just wanted to feel loved. And I was doing that because I was raised without feeling loved. And I was doing that because my parents didn't feel loved.
So...
And blah, 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 blah. And it's predetermined by external things that I can't control.
So then your reason, everything happens for a reason. So I had 2 kids because of... And
blah,
the reason
blah, blah.
being... back.
Yeah, but like at the same time, though, I do take full responsibility for where I'm at in my life and what I have going on.
Totally.
It's just that in those moments in that time, like even if I was on the cusp of making a different decision, I still made the decision that I did, and the reason for that was that my judgment was conditioned by all the things that I had already experienced, and the conditioning was brought on by people who had more power than me, and the people who had more power than me were conditioned by their own experiences that were brought upon them by people and other forces that had more power than them. And it's just like, that's it. We're one tiny little variable in a huge fucking system of variables.
Yeah. The people that I hear say, well, everything happens for a reason, generally.
They only say that when they're having a good time.
No.
Or when they're trying to believe that something better is going to happen next.
Right. And generally, the people that I hear say that are those who believe in a higher power.
Yeah, but there is a reason. But the reason isn't necessarily a reason that some other conscious force fucking chose for them. It might be a reason that was unconsciously chosen. There might be other variables that led to that, and that is the reason why it happened. But that doesn't mean that there was some other fucking force that had this reasoning ability that was like, I set this up to make this happen.
So I don't believe everything happens for a reason. I don't. I think that I believe in free will. I believe that humans have the power to create their own destiny, to say, I want to do this, I'm going to do this. I fully believe that. I don't think there's any dominant higher power that forces things to happen and forces there to be a reason for things to happen. Specifically, or a specific example, is I have a friend who had a baby
Pee again.
in a, what?
Pee again.
You have to pee again? I just got sincere and serious.
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay. I can wait. Should we pause?
Or
I have nothing to
it's
say
up
while
to
you pee.
Okay, I'll pause it. Just to bring it full circle, I just shit my brains out
You did?
the way that Meg did, and
Hey,
also like
first of all, we need to
afterwards,
talk about you
I
calling
sprayed
me
the
Meg.
fucking Megan. I'm sorry. Hold on, I'll explain that in a second. But I sprayed the goddamn fucking. I sprayed the air freshener in such a way that I couldn't even see myself in the mirror afterwards. But the reason I call you Meg is because I associate you with Megan Wolf.
Oh, and she doesn't go by
She
Meg?
goes by Meg.
Oh,
she
she
did
does?
when I knew her. She told
Why
me.
would you call me the same thing you called her?
I just associate you with her in my head a little bit because even though I knew you before I knew her, I was reintroduced to you through her. Because the only way I knew you before that was your brother. I met you outside downtown on the sidewalk while I was busking. No, even before that, I was outside of Casa and I was singing.
Casa que pasa. That's where. Yeah. Anyway.
So here's an interesting thing about free will and determinism, is that Christianity actually supports both. And a lot of people think Christianity only supports free will. But you know when you hear Christian people say, God has a plan for you?
I hate that. I mean, I love that, but I hate that.
Well, when they say that, they're supporting determinism.
Really?
Yeah, if there's a plan for you already planned out.
But that's the thing. You just added already planned out. The plan for you could change based off any given thing, right?
Well, then it's not a plan. It's an improvisation.
Oh, I don't know. Because with improv...
If it can change depend on the information, the input, then that's improv.
But it's still a plan because there is the type of improv where you say, and this is a tenet of sound improv, I believe. I might be wrong. What the playwright writes is what is written. So if I am in a scene or whatever, and I'm improvising, what I do and say is what was already written. Even though what I do and say was improvised. we say it is what the playwright has written.
So it was still a plan already.
It was planned.
Already predetermined.
Even though it wasn't.
It was.
Like what we're doing
Not
right
by
now.
you. Like you had no idea that you were reading a script.
So like, for example, if we're in a scene together on stage in front of an audience and we're performing and you do something or say something that I'm like, ugh,
My point is, if it's already in the cards, if it's already...
Everything is already in the cards.
Yeah, according to you. That's your philosophy.
No. I'm saying...
And yeah, but that's determinism. That is not free will. That's the opposite. That's determinism.
No. What I'm saying is, what I'm going to say tomorrow is going to be said.
Yeah, because it's predetermined.
I don't know that. I don't know it's predetermined.
You don't know it, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to be said.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that regardless of whether or not somebody knows what I'm going to say, regardless of that, regardless of the higher power, regardless of God, regardless of anything that would know what I'm going to say, what I'm going to say tomorrow will not change.
Yeah, because
based off of the fact of whatever higher power may or may not know that I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Even if that higher power is just a bunch of variables happening outside of your control.
So is that predetermined?
Yes, that's determinism. Do you want me to Google it? We can Google it.
Yeah, let's Google.
Okay, determinism. I did this on the last podcast. I've done this on a lot of podcasts so far. Not the Googling, but this conversation. Okay, let's see what... Why am I not... What's going on here? I'm like an old man who doesn't know how to use the internet. You recording me right now?
No.
Okay, good. Okay. It's like almost like I'm not recording myself. Okay, determinism.
You need a...
What?
Determine. Okay.
The doctrine.
Wait. Can I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I
spoken word this shit. Do it.
Okay. The definition.
Speak this word.
The definition of determinism. Where is my?
Hold on.
Hang on.
3, 2,
I'm going.
1.
Is it already going?
It's going.
Okay. I'm gonna spoken word, beat poem. The definition of determinism. Determinism. The doctrine that all events, including human action, are ultimately determined by causes external to the will. Some philosophers have taken determinism to imply that individual... The screensaver just went on. Can I start over? Okay. Determinism.
I'm just going to go like this.
Thank you. Determinism. That was my stomach. Determinism. The doctrine that all events, including human Oh, fuck. Okay. Rewind. Okay. Determinism. The doctrine that all events, including human action, are ultimately determined by causes external to the will. Some philosophers have taken determinism to imply that individual human beings have no free will and cannot be held morally responsible for their actions.
No, I disagree with the part where we can't be held morally responsible for our actions.
I feel like you can't disagree when it's spoken word. Just like that feels weird. Okay, but anyway, go ahead.
I just don't think that we can't be held more responsible for our actions.
But this says are ultimately determined by causes external to the will.
I agree with that. But really? I feel like I owe it to myself and to everyone around me to presume that I am responsible for everything that I do, even though I can't control the decisions that I make, because I can and if you're listening to this episode and this is the first one you've listened to, listen to the rest of them, motherfucker, because listen.
Well, and if you... Okay, hang on. Where are we right now? We're at 2 hours, 9 minutes, and 3 seconds. If you've made it this far and you haven't stopped...
Go listen to a few others.
Like, wow, congratulations. I feel like we should give a prize. If you've made it this far.
So...
Yeah.
Where do we go now? Where do we go now? Where do we go?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, where do we go?
I'm really excited because I am about to meet up with a really great group of females who are starting our own female comedy troupe. And it's amazing. And this is our first management meeting about what we want our troupe to look like. This is
I don't know what it is. Anyway, keep talking.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. So we actually are thinking about starting a podcast of our own.
Good.
My dad has a recording studio in his house.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing and beautiful. He spent quite a lot of money on it.
I know that your family likes ELO.
What's that?
Electric Light Orchestra.
Oh, okay.
Because one time I saw your whole family at the Beaver when it was at its old location.
Oh, for my brother's band.
Yeah.
Trip Madam.
Well, no, they weren't even playing.
What?
You guys were just hanging out there. You were there too.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, what band do you think that everybody should have in their record collection? And your brother and your dad said ELO.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. My whole family is very musical. Yeah, they're very musical.
You know, okay, so there's a person who lives in Bellingham who I don't know very well. He knows who I am, maybe, possibly, I don't even know. I haven't really seen him since like middle school. He's not, but I'm friends with his brother, and his brother is one of the supporters of this podcast. Yeah, Mike Rowe is one of the supporters of this podcast.
Rowe, how do you spell Rowe?
R-O-E.
Interesting. I wonder if that's Catherine Rose.
His brother is Kyle Rowe. But I remember, so I knew Kyle Rowe, and I went over to his house, and that's how I met Mike Rowe. And this was like way back in the day. Mm-hmm. They had, dude, I think about how I want to raise my kids, and I remember I saw so many musical instruments when I was in that house, and it was like, they're so lucky. I felt like such a poor person.
Why?
Because my family didn't have shit. Especially not musical instruments. And if we did, we absolutely didn't have fucking money for like instrument lessons.
Yeah. Like
we were poor as fuck. But they had like so many different instruments in that room, and they knew how to play them, and like it was just awesome. Like, and then I met Mike, and he was like doing one of his friends had passed away, and he inherited from his friend some turntables and a mixer, and he like learned how to scratch and make beats. He had this dope box.
I want to show you a video of me scratching. Oh, Megan, my friend Chris is here. She's outside.
Okay.
We gotta wrap up this podcast.
Pause this.
No, we can't pause it. We gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, we're done. We gotta end it.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to the podcast.
Yeah, and thank you for everybody for being exactly who you are.
Benji, thank you for having me today.
Dude, Megan, I'm so glad you're here. Like, this has been absolutely wonderful, and I want to do it again.
Good. Me too. We're gonna have a broadcast.
Yeah, you're fucking amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody have a wonderful day, evening, night, whatever the fuck it is that you're having, and love yourself. Me and Megan will catch you on the flip side.
We will.
And stay tuned, bitches, because you're not bitches. You guys are wonderful people who deserve respect. Listen, stay tuned, because we are going to be doing all kinds of cool shit in the future, and I want you guys to be aware of it so that you can be part of it. All right. Peace out, homies.